What's up, world? This is your girl P. So, how to understand that you're on the other side. Now, as a disclaimer, I am not here to project my thoughts and or opinions on you. I am just sharing my vantage point. And when I say that you're on the other side, I'm referring to freedom. You know, this is my own personal experience, and as I stated before, I share my path, my life path, for teaching others what I've experienced along the way while not projecting at the same time. And so I share this is that how I look at my path and the life that I'm living. Once I turned around and decided to walk my spiritual path, it's like as if I'm walking through a long dark tunnel. But when I got ready to go into the tunnel, I could see the light at the other end, and it was real small. Now, as I'm walking through this tunnel, I'm being hit by all types of turbulence in the tunnel, people in the dark, getting licks and things that they may have feel that I done to them, getting their lick back while I'm in the dark and I'm not seeing where these blows are coming from. That's how I interpret the things that I've experienced. I interpret it as I'm being hit in the dark and I can't see who's doing it. So the things that I've been experiencing, I know is intentional, and I know that I don't know who's doing it, you know. But I keep going and I keep walking closer and closer to the light because I'm trying to get to the other side of freedom. And how I see that is like, back in history when Harriet Tubman freed the slaves. It's like she wanted to get out of what she was in, and she had to go through the Underground Railroad to find her way to the other side, to get out of where she felt the experience in life that she wasn't happy with. And so, in order for her to find freedom, she had to take a risk and go through that Underground Railroad to find a way to see if it was a actual way out. And the only way to see is to go through it. And it's the same thing with me. I'm looking at it. I'm going through this tunnel and I'm trying to get to the other side. And I come to the understanding and that, I made it to the other side and I endured all the blows, the punches, and everything like that. And it's like now I'm on the other side, and I know my blessings are coming. Everything that I pray for is coming to me because I made it to the other side because I didn't quit. And, and I'm still going to continue to share, you know, my story, not to slander anyone. It's just my story. You know what I mean? If there are people that played a role in it, then that was their choice. That was their will. It's not, I'm saying it because I want people to feel bad. I forgive everybody. I have a forgiving heart. I don't, I'm not mad at anyone. It happened, and it's behind me because I made it to the other side, which is freedom, because I told myself the truth that I had to, I want better for myself. I want to do things for my grandbabies that, I couldn't do for my own children. And it's like, I just want to say that, it's like I'm at peace. Like I'm in a space in my life where, you know, I'm just not even mad about any of it. It happened and it's nothing that I can do about it. I mean, it showed me, how people really feel about me. And, especially when I didn't do anything to them. It's like I feel like people's true feelings about me came out. And obviously, the creator wanted me to see that because I always felt like, the people that I was around that, they like me, and I'm not trying to be like, but we all feel like that. Whoever we're dealing with, we feel like, they rocking with us like that, and, it's like now I'm on the other side and I'm just, I've been, really reflecting and I'm just saying, I'm here, And I always wonder, like, because I understand that, my past relationships were lessons. And it's like I literally be wondering like who my spouse is gonna be. I don't know why I always wondered that, because I always wanted to have, you know, a long lasting relationship. I've always wanted a relationship ever since I was in high school. I always been that type of person that I just wanted to be with one person. It unfortunately it didn't turn out that way, but it is what it is, right? So it's like now I'm like, I sometimes I sit and then, I just enjoy, where I am, even though it's not where I want to be yet. I just enjoy where I am. And I just allow, the Holy Spirit to give me, topics to share. And I allow the Spirit to speak through me. And before I share the video, I listen to it, multiple times to make sure that it's not coming from my ego when I'm talking. I make sure that, I'm not trying to trigger people and things of that nature. And a lot of times when I listen to my own videos, I get triggered because I'm just the person speaking it, but it's like the Holy Spirit is speaking through me. So it's like there's things that I hear in my own messages that that I take to heart too. It's like, okay, you have to make sure that when you're giving these messages that you're not a hypocrite, and you following the guidelines of what the Holy Spirit is telling you to tell other people, you know. And so that's where I'm at with it, with my spirit. I sleep good at night. I know I'm not doing anything wrong to anyone. And it's like, when you get to this space in your life where you found peace and enjoy where you are, you know it's like it's hard for things to just get to you. Like, it's just like, it's like, okay, you know I don't understand, why things have to be the way that they are, but the universe works in mysterious ways. And when we go through a lot of things, we may feel like, why am I going through this? What did I do to deserve this? Why did I have to endure all of this 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 turmoil? Why did I have to experience this? And the only reason why is because your soul chose it. When you answer the call, it's like your soul chose, to go through that, because in the Bible, Jesus went through it too, so that's just how it is, And so when we get to that space in our life where we just accept things for the way that they are, and we learn to stop questioning it and just roll with, the punches that life, gives us, and not become bitter. Once we get to that space, if we learn to forgive people for they know not what they do, and forgiveness is for you and not for the person you're forgiving, because when you forgive, it keeps your heart from becoming bitter. And just like in the Bible, it says, guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it, and you don't want to become bitter about any situation or circumstance that you can't change. It happened, and there's nothing you could do about it. But if you keep going, it's going to be behind you. But when you make it to the other side, that's where you come to. You come to freedom. Just like I said, when Harriet Tubman went to the other side, she saw a way out, and she went back to let all the other slaves know, hey, I found a way out. I found a way to freedom, and I'm coming to let you know, if you want to be free, this is the way to go, you know. And there were some that chose to go, and there were some that were scared to leave, so they stayed. But everybody has free will. If you want to find your happiness, whatever your happiness is, you have to love yourself in order to go to it. You know what I'm saying? And you may have to experience some things along your way, trying to get to the other side. But when you keep going, you're gonna get there. And we don't know how it's all gonna play out. We just have to, we have to just do it. We don't know how it's gonna play out, and I think that, when it takes that one person to, that one person whose soul signed up to be the one to go through it so they can go back and tell the others, they won't have to experience all that turmoil. So it's like, I'm just saying that, I had to experience it so that I can go back and show people the way out to their happiness so they don't have to go through what I went through. And so when I look at it like that, and that's me looking at it as a whole in a positive, from a positive perspective, I'm saying that, I had to experience it so those who do decide to walk their path, they don't have to, and I survived it, but you know, it was meant for me to go through it. It was meant for me to experience it, so I accepted it. Then I go back and I let you all know, whoever is listening, that way you won't have to experience it, and you shouldn't, because I've already did it, you know. And it's the same thing in the Bible, Jesus went through that hurt and that pain, you know, and he survived it. And the way I read, the way I read information is different from others. I won't say that he died, because I'm not going to die. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to live till I'm 105 years old, but it's like my old self had to die in order for my new self to be born. And that's how I interpret it. It's not an actual death, it is a death of your old self becoming your new self. And so, if that's something that you want to experience, then, I just want to say that, um, the Spirit lives in you, the Holy Spirit lives in you. And when you follow the higher powers that be, and you know that the Spirit of God lives inside of you, and you put it first, then that's putting yourself first. When you're loving yourself, you're loving the Spirit of God. And it's not selfish to do that. And you have to love yourself in order to get to the other side, to freedom, you know? And that's how I see it. And again, I don't come here to project my thoughts and or opinions on anyone. I'm just sharing my vantage point, and this is coming from pure love. And that's all I got for you. But I holla though. One love. Peace.